to a new video of James Speed Shop. Today back at Henk Groten with this very nice GLC63s AMG. So, for more information you can have a look on henkgroten.nl. Also you can have a look on my website jamesspeedshop.com. I'll look in the right corner, there's my logo, you can click on it and see all the other details about my channel. So, 2018 GLC63s AMG Edition 1. There's also an Edition 1, so that's optional. Pretty expensive option. I thought this car was new, around 180,000 euros. You can also see composite brake setup. Very expensive option. So let's have a look around the car and see all the very nice details. So the GLC came on the market in 2015 and is still in production. In 2018 the AMG version came. So you got the GLC33, that's a 6-cylinder, and you got the 63 and the 63S. So we're going to talk about the 63. It's a V8, 4-liter V8, the famous M177 engine. Good performance engine, so this car is 510 horsepower in this particular version. So all nice badging, also 4MATIC Plus system, big wheels, 21-inch wheels, 265 in the front, ceramic brake setup, 402mm wide and 39mm thick is the other brakes. Normally it's 390 as a steel option, so this is an optional ceramic brake setup. So in the back there's also 20-inch wheels, 295 wide with 360mm brake setup. So very big. So nice AMG tips. Sound is also pretty good. They did something about the exhaust, different mufflers and that sort of stuff. So we also got Edition 1 interior with the yellow striping, all the yellow badging. Edition 1 steering wheel, carbon fiber in here, aluminium trimming. The option of this car is it's spec'd very nice. You also get a panoramic roof in here, two also there. Pretty cool. Very nice spec'd car. Done 87,000 kilometers. Also this is also nice, all the aluminium. Very nice sound system in here. Pretty spacious car. It looks small, but there is enough room also in the back here. Also the spec is very good. Electric trunk, you can also do it by the key. Pretty big boot space, it's 500 liters. If you fold down the rear seats you get up to 1600 liters, so that's pretty good. You can also lower the car a little bit. It's on air suspension, got some space underneath here. Still, there's no spare wheel, but it's enough room in here. You can also close this one, of course. So now you have nice closed trunk. You can close it up here again. Electrically, of course. With the badging. So you can also raise the air suspension a little bit, and when you have on a bumpy road or anything else, so pretty nice. So let's have a look underneath the hood. So the M177 engine. So this is the 4-liter V8 of 3982 cc's, twin turbo V8, with a hot V. So you can see 2 turbos in here, single scroll on a short exhaust manifold. So it's a very low torque engine from off 1750 to 4500 RPMs. It delivers 700 Newton meters in this S version. In the normal version it delivers 600 Newton meters, which of 650 Newton meters, but it still is a lot. It delivers 510 horsepower from off 5500 RPMs to 6250 RPM. So in the normal version it's 476. So it's an aluminium engine block, closed decked, double OVF camshafts. Compression ratio is 10.5 to 1. There is some difference in 177 engines in E classes and C classes. So the GLC and the C class have this particular version of the engine, M177. If you have a GLE or E class, then you have a lower compression engine, and there's also different intakes and different turbos. This is a single scroll. The E classes have a twin scroll. Also the intakes are a little bit different. The runners are not as restrictive as these ones, and then you have 612 horsepower. You can tune these engines, but at a certain point the engine gets restrictive because of the intake design and how compact everything is. As you can see, there's not a lot of space. You can imagine there are 2 intakes on each side because you don't have the intake in the V. So boost pressure is 1.2 bar. And it is connected to a 9-speed transmission. So I think we should do a test drive in this beauty. So let's have a drive in this GLC63 AMG S. So keyless start stop, pretty nice sound. So let's have a go. Sounds aggressive. So there are a lot of options on this car, but one option is not on there, is that you can manage the exhaust flaps. So that's not on this car. So sound is good. They changed the rear mufflers because they thought it was too quiet, and now it's yeah, it's very nice. It sounds very good. I don't know if you want to hear this always, it's noisy as it is now, but it sounds pretty good to me. Just straighten up the camera a little bit. So GLC63s AMG Edition 1. So this is a very nice spec car, because if you have an Edition 1, a lot of things are standard. So also in this car, so it's just yeah, it's just an awesome car. So you can do a lot of options in this particular model, and it can get really expensive. So also this car is not cheap. I think this car costs 187,000 euros in this spec. So that is a lot. So 9-speed transmission, 725 is the code called. I never drove a 9-speed transmission. The last 63 model I drove was the W205 that had the 7-speed in it, 722.9, very nice transmission. This is also a multi-clutch transmission, MCT. So it is yeah, it feels very good. You have 5 settings in it. I can have a look. You have individual, I changed it a little bit. You have comfort, sport and sport plus. You can hear it a little bit. It's getting more aggressive on the car. And you also have race, and race you don't have in the other models, only in the S, as far as I know. So in race it's always manually, and it's also throttle blips in between the shifts, so it is really focused. And this, you can already mention, this is what I think what is really nice what Mercedes did in the last models, that you can have really different settings in this car that can change the complete mood of it. If you, for example, in the past when you had the early 204 63 AMGs, they were very, the suspension was very hard. For example, if you have a P30 or a P31 package, it was just a really raw race car. And there's also a positive thing about those models, but these models have 2 characters. If we look, for example, if you buy a C-Class coupe or just a sedan, you maybe don't want it, but in a car like this you can easily use it as a daily driver with your family and have a lot of space in these particular cars. Also with estate models, it's different. You want to use it differently, otherwise you don't buy a car with these kind of spaces, I think. So the GLC came on the market in 2015 in a lot of 4-cylinder variants, 200 diesels, 220 diesels, 350, 6 cylinders, that sort of stuff. In 2018 you got this 63 AMG next to the 33 AMG, that's the 6-cylinder turbo. Then you get this V8 turbos in 2 models. The difference between the normal 63 AMG and the 63S is power. That's the biggest thing. I think people will buy this car instead of the other one, because it has 476 horsepower, the normal 63, and 650 Newton meters, and this particular model has 700 Newton meters and 510, and it has electronic controlled limited slip differential. The normal version has a mechanical slip differential. Yeah, in my head is always you need to have the highest class model. Yeah, maybe it's not needed, but yeah, why should you buy a 63 if you also can buy a 63S? So that's a little bit of my, and this car is really quick. So what is also a very known thing of this particular car, it has, if you look to the C63, it has rear wheel drive, and that is also something that is very, very nice about the C63. It can handle a lot of torque on the rear wheels and still have a lot of grip. This car has a 4MATIC Plus system in it. It's on paper it's a little bit different to understand, but they say just a permanently 4-wheel drive. It is not. It's permanently rear-wheel drive with an electronically limited slip differential. But there is an electronic controlled diff that can send all the torque to the front wheels if needed. So, for example, if you have only the left front wheel out of the mud, for example on the street, that's only, then you get all the torque on that wheel. That's a possibility. So if you lose grip in the rear wheels, it can move the torque to the front. If you have like, I think on this, it's only on the 63 ones. If you got a 43 and lower, you have like a 4MATIC system, so it's not the 4MATIC Plus, and then you have a 39-61% difference, so 61% in the rear and 39 in the front. And if you have the GLC coupe version, then it's even different. Why that is, I don't know. It's 55-45, I thought. So 55 in the rear. Why that is, I have no clue. This is, I drive it now. I think I'm more a fan of this one than the C-Class. I don't know, because it's a little bit higher. It just, yeah, sits very good. It feels more sporty than you would think. So it's, yeah, it is just very, very nice. You also have a lot of clocks in it. You can see how much torque you're using, how much power you're using. It is, so we're going to put it to Sport Plus. Have a look how aggressive this car can accelerate. pretty it's a 9 gear. Drive like around 100. It's only doing 1500 RPM, so that is pretty cool. So it's a very fast car. So you can also do a race start in this car. So let's have a look how good this particular model can accelerate. Let's go. So let's do an acceleration test. It should be possible to do it in 3.8 seconds in this S model. You can see you can also have a vehicle information screen on here. You have torque, oil, temperature and everything. Also got this screen in here that shows a little bit of the same. So I can put it in race to do this race start function, but also in Sport Plus. I do it in this so I don't have to shift. So let's see how good it will go. You have to shoot the steering wheel at the right position and also have of course temperatures in the right position. So Sport Plus or race, put the foot on the brake and just rev it and then let it go. Very quick car. That 0 to 100 is just very quick. What a nice spec. So pretty nice car, this GLC63s. It's really faster from 0 to 100 than a C63s for sure. And that's for a 1910 kilogram car. It's a lot of torque, of course, 700 Newton meters, and it does a very good job to get those numbers on the street. So it's a very fast car. You can feel it's a little bit higher and it's searching for grip, and it's a little bit less stable, I think, than a C63, because it has a lot of power and of course it's a little bit higher, but it does a very good job. I really like this car. For example, if you doing not a lot of long distance autobahn drives, then this car is much more nicer than a lower station wagon or a C-Class, I think. So I really like it a lot. It's a very nice model, drives very good. It's the same nice settings as all the other cars have. You can go from fully comfort to fully race mode in just a few clicks. Just incredible. The only thing I have to mention about this engine, and it's also seen it in the C63s with the 4-liter V8 like in this car, is that when you're coming over say 6,000 RPMs, you can feel the last 1,000 RPMs is not really needed for this engine. You can feel that the torque and power lower in the RPM rev range. There is just more, so you don't need the last 1,000 RPM. So yeah, there is much more in this car, but those turbos are not, it's not controlled like it should be, but there is not as much power as in the lower RPM rev ranges, and that's, if you look to the spec, then it's correct, because the horsepower rev range is to 6,250 and the torque levels to 4,250, 4,500. So for the rest, it's just a very nice car. This particular car is for sale at Henk Groot, and you can find a link below the video. You can also have a look on my website, janespeedshop.com. The link is over here, or go in the right corner for you. You can click on my logo and see the other videos I did. I did a lot of reviews of AMGs and Mercedes, so have a look on my website and my projects, of course. And thanks for watching. Tell me what you think of the review in the comments. If you have any questions, just ask. So see you for the next one. Bye bye.